Hello, welcome back to Shut Up, Man, a podcast where two best friends talk about things and stuff. Today is December 6th.
Merry Christmas.
We should have, Merry Christmas, first of all. Second of all, we should have recorded this earlier this week. However,
It's Sunday, which is when we
stuff.
upload the video.
Typically, I would upload by now. But
It's 11 p.m. on Sunday, so but
lag.
yeah, we felt like recording, and here we are. I already said Merry Christmas.
Yeah, but Merry Christmas.
But Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas.
So it's an exciting week.
It is very exciting. Rudy
Yeah,
Giuliani has COVID.
Yes. Rudy
Pog.
Giuliani officially has COVID. Poggers.
Crab rave, dude.
Yeah, that's a thing. Also, yeah, anyways.
But more
I
importantly,
read an interesting conspiracy theory about Rudy Giuliani, actually.
I want to hear it.
It's basically that people think that or not people, but like the theory is that
Many people are thinking.
No, the theory is that the Republicans are basically just using him as a scapegoat to like try and distract from the fact that Trump like fucked up and lost and all that stuff.
Oh
And
my
they're trying to
God.
just make someone else look worse.
That's
That like the fucking
the
Borat
focus
interview,
right now.
like the shit where he was during that one, I don't remember, conference or something like that, with this like hair dye dripping.
Oh yeah,
The fucking
there was
fart
like
video, like him getting COVID,
so
like all
good,
that shit.
so
Like
good.
I don't know, it's wild. He's just a mess. It's crazy.
I'd believe it if it came out 10 years down the line that the Republican Party was using Rudy Giuliani to make Trump not look as bad. I'd probably believe it. They set him up with the Borat interview, and it all just went downhill from there.
Speaking of conspiracy theories, there's another one about COVID and about
Another one?
the treatment in the U.S. and that basically it's really kind of dark, but basically that Amazon is basically lobbying the government to um like keep the spread going almost, so that more small businesses have to shut down so that then they just can take over more of the market.
Oh no. And they get extra money from people like ordering more shit on Amazon because they're not going out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Obviously, I don't believe it, but
Yeah.
it's interesting to think about, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting as in, like, it's kind of morbid and, like, fucked up, but...
What? I saw that the UK is starting distribution of vaccines on Tuesday. Is that correct?
I think
I
so.
glanced at the news that was on TV when I was in my house earlier today, and I was like, "Oh shit, fucking, it's happening, dude! It's kind of crazy."
Potentially.
But like, isn't it supposed to be like a global effort?
I mean, yeah.
Or like, why don't we have vaccines?
Like, the distribution is not easy on something of that scale.
Oh yeah.
Also, it doesn't have to be a global effort when
but like
none of the globe is struggling as hard as we are.
Yeah, true. But we have vaccines. Like, that's confirmed now that they're
right. But it all
effective.
has to go through the FDA and the government, and the problem is the government right now. Hey,
yeah.
Don't mess with
my your cat
shorts.
Rosie.
There's a string hanging out of my drawer, and she's messing with it. You dork! You have so many toys, and this is what you do with your time. You're such a dork. So yeah. Anyways, we had a really good Mandalorian episode.
Yeah, we did. God, that was good. Some of the combat was a little cheesy, but
did we record before the last one before this? Why do I feel like we didn't talk about the one with Ahsoka?
I think we talked about Ahsoka. Did we not? Want to go listen to the last episode real quick?
No, you want to listen to
On
our
on this
podcast on the
episode?
podcast. So regardless, so this last Friday, oh no, I guess
Maybe we
regardless,
didn't talk
the
about
week
it. I
I
think
don't
we
think we
recorded
did. I
before
feel like
Friday.
we recorded on Thanksgiving. Remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I
So
came
that we
home. Yeah,
didn't.
yeah, yeah.
Happy
So
Thanksgiving.
we have Merry Christmas.
Um.
Fuck you, man.
Uh. Since nobody understood the fact that we were alluding to something, it was also Alma's birthday on Thanksgiving. So I
Well,
was
don't
fucking with
don't you
him.
remember my while we were recording, my dad came to my door. He said, "Happy birthday."
Wait, really? I actually
Yeah,
forgot that.
you were like, what was that?
Oh yeah, I was like, that was
I was
weird.
like, yeah, it's just Thanksgiving, man.
It
I
was
don't know
his
if you could
birthday,
actually
so
hear it on the podcast
I don't remember.
through my mic. You probably could,
It was pretty dope
but
though. I
yeah,
basically spent the whole day avoiding telling him happy birthday, and then
yeah.
15 minutes after midnight, I said, "Ah, fuck, dude, it was
Fuck,
your
man.
birthday. Happy belated birthday."
Happy
And
belated birthday, man.
he was like, "I hate you." And then I bought him Cyberpunk, so it's all good.
Yeah, that was cool.
Made up for it. But yeah, so
And a
that
couple days before,
episode
you gifted me a Discord Nitro subscription,
that was
just
I don't even
randomly.
remember why I did that, dude.
I think you just had one. You're like, oh, here you go.
I don't remember. But anyways, I was probably trying to get you to boost my Discord or something. I think.
I did.
Yep. Success. No, so that episode, the Black Friday episode, I guess we can call it, was the Ahsoka episode.
The Ahsoka episode.
And I know
Good fucking episode.
you've finished
Very
Clone
good.
Wars.
Yeah,
I have not.
I've watched the Clone Wars. I haven't seen Rebels though. I want. Yeah, I see her. What is she doing?
It's my closet door. She's just trying to open it for
like...
no reason. Hey, dummy! It don't work like that.
She popped up.
She looked up. She said,
"Me."
Anyways,
she's still looking. Oh, hello, Chunk. Yeah, I have watched the Clone Wars, the animated TV show. I haven't seen Rebels, and I've been meaning to ask
I've
you
watched it
for
too,
your Disney
but
Plus shit because I want to watch it.
let's just watch it together. I've watched it a little bit.
Let's do it.
I still need to finish Clone Wars though. That's the thing.
Oh, I can watch it. We can watch that together too.
Come on up.
It's really good.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I've gotten decently far. I don't remember what season I'm on, but how many
As long
seasons
as
is it?
I will not watch season 1 and 2.
No,
They're
no,
so
I'm
slow
on like
and boring.
4, I think, or
But
something like
yeah, that's when it gets like actually good.
that. Yeah.
But I've read books
doing,
and shit too. I've read a lot of books.
But so Ahsoka, so basically he
universe.
goes to the planet that he's told Ahsoka's on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, spoilers by the way. Well, this is a week. I mean,
it's a week later.
Should have seen it by now, but
I don't know. Some people wait until a whole season's out and then they binge watch it.
Not people that watch this though.
I don't know.
Anyways, and
true.
There's a town.
I didn't know what you said.
That's like basically this tyrant. What was I'm trying to remember what they said, like where she came from, but basically she was like this ex-military, and she took over this town, and basically Ahsoka was trying to free it because they're keeping the people as slaves. And she has this crazy military force.
It was really dark.
Death robots and shit. Yeah.
They were like chained up in electro chambers and just being shocked. I was like, holy shit, okay, Disney, Jesus.
And basically they so that lady asks the Mando to kill her, and instead he brings the child to her, and we find out that his name is Grogu.
Not Baby Yoda.
Because basically they could communicate through the Force, and basically he finds out that he did have some Force training when he was in the temple.
Mm-hmm.
And basically she comes to the conclusion that he's too old for her to train, and too like reserved, because this whole time he's been trying to hide the fact that he's has force powers. You just hit your head on my
Yeah.
desk, you dork.
And didn't she also say like it was too dangerous because like
Like,
there's
well, the
not a lot of
attachment to
Jedi left,
him, yeah, and then yeah,
and he was really powerful, and
typical
so she
worries,
didn't
yeah.
want him to. Yeah, she didn't want him to go to the dark side. She's seen.
So,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she said she's seen this type of raw power before or something like that. Speaking
I
of
mean, yeah,
Anakin,
she was definitely talking about Anakin, but
yeah,
um, so they end up taking the town back. There's a really cool fight with Ahsoka and the lady. She has a
dude,
Beskar spear. It's really
and
dope.
simultaneously outside, fucking Mando is Western like
Yeah,
Mexican
full
standoff
on
with
like
the
Western standoff with the guy who's sick,
yeah,
with like
that was really dope. It's like
mercenary
her
guy.
marshal basically.
Yeah. Um,
And he just whoop-ah,
but basically
whips
she
out a
tells
pistol
him,
on him.
"Hey, go to this special Jedi place and have him commune on the top of this
The
mountain."
Seeing Stone,
And
I think they called
so
it.
the episode from this week, why don't you just climb up already? You like keep like half climbing.
Will you
Come
shut
on.
up already?
I just want her up here so she stops being annoying. Come on. She won't do it. I don't know what's happening. She's just staring at me now.
Throw her out.
But so that this last week, they go to this planet. He brings them there. Oh, there she went. Holy cow, you jumped from so far that time, weirdo. Um,
Mm,
and so he initially goes up there. Nothing really happens, but then another ship pulls up, and you can tell that it's the Slave One.
it's
Um,
Boba Fett.
okay, and then Grogu starts communing, and there's like this crazy like force field, literally.
Literally
Um,
force field, yeah.
um, and so he realizes he can't really like get into it, whatever. But then goes and there's Boba Fett, and he's asking for his armor back. And then the payoff from the Imperials tracking his ship, they show up.
Yup.
And Boba gets
And
to
they
go
get
to
it
Boba and
absolutely
oh my
fucked.
gosh, why did I just forget her name?
I forgot her name too.
Basically, he has a like a sidekick, I would say.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
so they like just kick
Mando
the
knew
shit
her
out of
though.
him. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what from,
From what? Yeah.
but they kick the shit out of him, and then they kind of get overwhelmed, and then Boba Fett shows up in his armor and just bops everybody.
Dude.
Um,
the his fight scenes were like were like
it was
really
literally like what everybody that like all the like Boba Fett fanboys,
mhm,
where for context, like in the movies, like he doesn't do anything
just
really.
doesn't do much.
He's just kind of cool.
But he's really
Like,
cool.
but then and this is like what Boba Fett like is in
It's
everybody's
supposed to be like.
minds. Like he's
Yeah.
actually like kind of badass.
His
Um,
his scenes though were like his kills or whatever kills were so extra and cheesy, but they were so good.
yeah, it was like it was pretty campy, but
Like
it was good. And but they do end up capturing Grogu. Um, and then
mhm,
it shows
the
Moff Gideon.
what the Death Troopers? Is that what they're called? Or
Yes, I
Dark
believe
Troopers?
so. Dark, I think.
Dark
They're
Troopers. They're
the
like fucking
robot
robot
things.
stormtroopers. They're fucking
They're pretty
crazy.
crazy. Yeah. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, really
So
sick
we'll see how
episode.
that resolves, I guess. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, I'm sure at some point we're gonna get the Gideon and Ahsoka fight for the black saber.
Yes. It's gonna be so tight. Fuck.
Yeah, it was really funny when they capture him, because then Gideon walks into like the cell and he's just fucking tossing these two
Oh yeah, he's
Imperial
like fucking around with the
stormtroopers like back and
stormtroopers.
forth. It was so funny.
That was great.
Um, but yeah, I'm excited. So we'll see. But then
Uh,
coming up this week,
yes, sir.
there's a little video game coming out.
A little one.
My Little Pony Magic Adventures 2 is coming.
2.5.
No, Cyberpunk.
It's like the Kingdom Hearts franchise.
Yeah, all right.
My Little Pony.
2.5 XD HD.
HD. Uh, Cyberpunk
Cyberpunk
2020 is coming out.
2077
Oh,
comes
2077? Is that the
out.
year? Okay.
Yeah, it comes out on
Just a
Wednesday.
just the second version of the pandemic or Plague Inc.
Jesus,
Cyberpunk 2020. Yep, it comes out Wednesday at 6 p.m. our time.
3 hours, 3 days away.
3 days away.
We're very, very close.
And
So
you are getting a new graphics card on that day,
yes, yep,
and I am getting new headphones on the following day.
he's getting some of these.
Yep, those are the ones with the same earpads things too, right?
No, I think you got
Or
the
do you have
hybrid
different ones
ones,
on?
right?
Yeah, I have the hybrids they're on right now.
They have the velour on the front.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, mine
Against
are just
my ears.
pure. Mine are pure
Light, the
pl-
whatever it's
whatever
called,
leather
PU leather.
stuff. Yeah, PU leather
PU.
because it's stinky. I can't remember. These ones are velour though. These ones
The hybrid
because
ones.
these aren't the stock ones that come with the DT990s.
Yeah, the stock ones
These
are
are
like
the
the
stock
fuzzy shit,
ones,
right? Yeah.
which I didn't really like how they felt, and also I think they're ugly, so
Oh, I like the way they look,
I ditched
but
them.
you ditched them.
I liked all black.
Yeah, I've
Anyways, that
had
was
these
enough about
headphones for
Google.
like since like my junior year of high school, which is like 6 or 7 years or
Yeah,
something. So it was time to get some new
I
ones
usually
for sure.
switch back and forth. I haven't used my other ones in a while. I might.
Ow.
Now that we're playing Valorant, I actually think the ATs might be better for it
Mm-hmm.
because they're
Well,
closed. But
I don't
I'll
know how
try.
much Valorant we're gonna be playing when Cyberpunk comes out.
Well, yeah,
we're
I guess that's
we're
true.
all just gonna disappear.
Mm.
Like we've been hanging out every day in Discord and shit. And then
Well,
when
we can still hang
Cyberpunk comes
out,
out,
dude. We
we're
can
just
talk
gonna.
about our experiences with our
True, true, true.
whatever genitals
I'm
we
so
choose.
excited. Penis one or penis two.
But yeah, I
Oh man.
managed, thanks to a friend, I managed to order a RTX 3070 on Friday. So that gets
Pog.
here literally the same day that Cyberpunk comes out. So
Nice.
I'll be plugging that bad boy in and then
Yes,
launching it up,
sir.
and it's gonna be sick. I'd
Yeah, I'm
been
super
trying
excited.
to get a 3060 Ti because they were a little bit more in stock because they're cheaper. Um, and like wrestled with like trying to go to Micro Center and what their restock days were, and then trying to catch a deal
You were doing
online.
the whole shit.
Yeah, I was like, I had a stream open most of the time that had like restock, like a script that was running like for restocks
Oh
for
my god.
New Egg, Best Buy, Amazon, like all those, and
Jesus.
I just could never hit it. Like the few times even when I did catch um like a restock, like either the site lagged out or like whatever, so I
Oh,
kind of started to just give up. And then our buddy Logan DM'd me, and he was like, hey, you wanted to get a new card, right? I'm like, yeah. And he had a login queue thing for
hell yeah, brother.
EVGA, so it worked out.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
very excited because they're not easy to get right now. So, and a
Have you thought
3070
about
is crazy value. So, huh?
how much have you looked into like the gameplay and aspects of Cyberpunk?
Not very
Do you know
much.
like the three like paths you can take at the
No,
beginning?
I'm honestly trying to not like look at very much. Like this
That's
is
fine.
one of the few games where like
I'm gonna go in blind.
yeah, like obviously I've seen a lot of the trailers and shit like that, but I
Hmm.
haven't looked up any like detailed stuff. Um I don't know. I feel like this is one that like for one thing I've waited long enough, but I also feel
Yeah.
like with these type of games, like I remember like when Skyrim came out, it was the same thing. Like I didn't want to look up any Mass
Hmm.
Effect game like that I play, like
Hmm.
a lot of the story based ones, especially.
Oh
Um
yeah.
I'm trying to
I
think of like
definitely
the
feel that.
last like story one that I played. Other than like Hades, which doesn't really count.
Isn't really a story.
I mean, it is. It is very, very
I
story
mean,
driven.
yeah.
Because well, we're gonna talk about Hades actually, because I just want to talk about Hades. But what was I saying?
Talking about
I think like Outer Worlds
the
maybe
last.
might have been.
Oh, you played that?
I played a
I heard that
decent
was
amount of it.
actually
I
really
haven't finished
good.
it. It's really, really good. It's
It's very
fantastic.
very like Fallout vibe, right?
Yeah, it's the people who made Fallout New Vegas, which is the
Oh, okay,
best
okay.
Fallout game. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
very
Um,
good.
maybe maybe Doom Eternal. I don't remember which one I played last, but
I've started Doom Eternal. It's very fun.
yeah, it is very, very fun. But I was showing you. I don't know if you. I think you. Yeah, you watched the Doom one. We were
Yeah, the
watching
speed
the.
run.
Yeah, so IGN has this really cool series. I like it a lot. Where developers watch speed runs of their games, and the Doom one was especially funny because I mean, it's one of the games that for speed runs they literally break it and like abuse systems in the game.
Hmm.
um and like literally every like minute or so was like, what was that,
Yeah, they're so
what did he just,
confused. Like,
what does he do, what,
how is this
how did he
happening?
like that kind of thing. It was really, really funny, but it's also really cool to hear like kind of their perspective and their ideas of how they design certain things, and like them shouting out like, oh, this person made this level and they did an awesome job,
Yeah.
oh, this person did this, like whatever. I watched the Hades one. It was really cool because they were talking about more so about kind of like why they did certain decisions they did and stuff like that, which was really cool. um and what was the other one I watched? I don't remember. I watched one other one and I can't remember what it was.
I think you may have linked it at some point.
Why am I forgetting? But that actually led me down a rabbit hole. There's another cool series from this, I forget the name of the YouTube channel actually, but it's called War Stories, and it's not what you think it would be. The war stories are stories from um different creators, so it's from productions of like movies and video games and stuff like that. The one I watched was about Dead Space 1. It was the creator
Oh,
of Dead
nice.
Space 1.
Dead
And he
Space is
was
sick.
talking about like his motivations, like what he wanted out of the game, like how they made certain decisions. Like there's one, I don't know, have you played Dead Space at all? Any
I
of
think
them?
so. Yeah, I think I played them.
Did you at least play the first one?
I think I did. I feel like I
Dead
did.
Space 1 is
It's been a long time, but
absolutely incredible. Like, but definitely one of the, especially for like a horror game. Like
they definitely
he
nailed
talks about it. Yeah,
horror.
he talks about it, and like he was like, I wanted this to be like the scariest game you could pick up and play. Like, and I think that they did it in a very, very unique way. And it kind of did dwindle off as the series went on. Like 2 was not nearly as scary as 1. 3 was a little bit better, and had some really cool systems and stuff, but it still wasn't, it just didn't have the
I don't know if
same
I played
like,
3
it just didn't have the same like, god dude, 1 just makes you so like anxious, like,
on edge, like at all
yeah,
times.
like the
Yeah.
whole time. But there's
And
one
it's not like a
particular,
gimmicky horror
yeah, no,
game
yeah,
either.
right, yeah. That like, and he talked about like how they did certain things like spawn points and vents and stuff like that. Like it was all based off of like where you were standing. So like if you like go down a hallway and there's a vent here and a vent here, if you walk straight and something pops out of this vent, if you walk back, it'll pop another one out of this
Oh
vent,
my
like that kind of
god.
thing. Like it was actually like pretty revolutionary, and not necessarily revolutionary, but evolutionary, I guess I could say, for the time, like,
Hmm.
and what they had.
Yeah, it came out
um
like,
Oh,
how old
I
is
don't
Dead
even
Space
know.
1?
Long,
I
long,
feel
long
like
time ago.
it's like middle school or something for me. I'm 24.
Rosie, Rosie, enough. She's
That's
literally
like 10
yanking
years
it out of
ago.
my shorts. Um, but so he's talking about in particular the one level. What I just said, stop.
You have a
You
child.
stopped for 2 seconds. Um, and there's one level where it's the long tentacle thing that grabs you,
What's
and he
up?
talked about how ridiculously difficult it was, and how like it literally almost stopped them from making the game, like, for a
Holy
time.
shit.
Like they literally had like 13 people that were all trying to do like different things, because it was actually this like I don't really realize it, but it was actually this really like technically like difficult thing, because it was because they didn't do like cutscenes in at the very least in the first
Yeah.
game. Um, so everything was like a transition, and you were still interacting. So in this case, you basically, I think you go up an elevator and come out, if I remember correctly.
Was it like
And
QTEs, or was it just
no,
like a
no, it
transition?
wasn't even that. Like you were still very, very involved. Like this one in particular, like you go up the elevator and all of a sudden this long tentacle comes around the corner, and basically the game has to transition from you standing there at wherever you happen to be standing, like because every not every person is going to be standing directly center,
Yeah.
right? So like so it has to transition where you're standing. It has to grab you, basically transition into like a split second cutscene of it throwing you on your back, and then back into you playing, because like you're trying to shoot like the weak
Yeah.
spot so that it drops you. um and like they wanted to get, obviously like the sound design in that game is incredible, so like they wanted to get all the sounds right. They wanted like the animation to look smooth, like it wasn't like if I'm standing over here, the arm pops out over here and then it like just
Yeah, just like
jitters and like
shifts
grabs you,
randomly.
like it actually tracked you and grabbed you. um and so basically he was saying that like they put this whole thing together and it just didn't work like at all. And so then they had to go through like literally piece by piece, like okay, well this one part, like make it do that, and then layer it on and make it throw you on your back, and then okay, we'll put that audio in. Okay, well like how do like, because what at first like they were trying to keep it simple obviously, and so it
Mhm.
was because the rest of the game you're standing. I don't, if I remember correctly, there's not even a crouch. So basically, they tried
I
to,
don't
because
remember.
you're trying to shoot the thing, so they were trying to take as much of the model from like standing as they could, so that then you would shoot. But they were like, that just looked absolutely terrible. So they had to create a whole new like basically character animation of him getting grabbed and leaning forward so that he could shoot what was like grabbing his feet. It was really
Jesus.
really cool to hear about like how intentional it was and all that stuff. But I don't know, video people that make video games are incredible. So
Yeah. A
especially
lot goes
those
into
that
it.
like are clearly very very passionate, like the
Yeah.
Hades people. I was actually watching a clip that was really funny. There's this Hades streamer and YouTuber, and he was streaming, and he was uh he was doing a no hit run,
Oh my god.
and he had the rail gun, and it has the special on it is like a AoE like bomb.
Hmm.
And there's one that you can get that increases the damage, and I think the area, if I remember correctly. But then it also damages you. And he gets to the part of the game where it's like the smallest rooms, and he throws one and dashes into the corner, and like the way it looks like the circle is here and he's like here, but it still hits him. And so like this is like one of the last levels of the game, and he fucking ruins his own run. And like 30 seconds later, one of the developers calls him on Discord and is like, how do you do this? Like, how do you fuck up your own run? Like, how did you shoot yourself? Literally. Like, it was so funny because
That's
like
hilarious.
it's really cool to see this, because it is a little bit like of a smaller team. It's super giant, and to hear like just how passionate they are about the game, and like how he's, I think he's one of the people who worked on the music, who also does the voice of Zagreus and Skelly in the game, like two main characters, is also like really into speed runs and has like the
Oh, that's
best
cool.
time. It has like the best time out of everyone at Supergiant and stuff like that. Like it's
That's
really
tight.
cool to hear like that they really love their own game. Um and like I think it makes sense. You can kind of tell with Hades like how much time they put in for how
Hmm.
much they want other people to enjoy it. Like as much like they had this concept that they wanted to execute on, and they did, and they want other people to love it as much as they do, you know. It's really cool.
Hmm. Yeah,
I
I
know
love
you haven't
hearing.
played it yet, but
Yeah, I haven't. I'd like to. I mean, it's only like $20, but
yeah.
uh,
I
I
Dude,
love
that's
hearing devs talk about like how they make, and people that are like deeply involved with the game that's made.
Yeah.
I just love hearing that shit because that's whenever I played The Last of Us 2, my favorite game, one of my favorite games, I watched like so many podcasts with them, with like Neil Druckmann and Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson, which are like the two lead actors basically in the game, um, and Laura Bailey too. Uh, but they're like they'll be doing, that game got a lot of controversy and shit. So they'll be doing interviews about shit, and Neil Druckmann will talk about how like intentional everything was, and you never really think about like you would never think about certain events and what was going through their mind when it was happening. You're like, oh shit, I never even thought about it that way. But
Yeah.
then you hear the devs talk about it, and you're like, holy shit, like that's so good. And then you hear the actors talk about the characters that they're playing, and especially in a story like The Last of Us is like super dramatic and emotional and intense, and they get so like worked up about like when they talk about those characters, like they love those characters more than anybody, obviously because they play them. But I love hearing like how passionate they get about that kind of
Yeah.
stuff.
For sure. It's really cool.
Same thing goes with like music too.
Hmm.
Like when I hear
Well,
when
I
I
mean,
watch interviews
movies,
about
everything,
like, yeah, like
any
anything
media
that's
like that.
creation, any sort of like entertainment, what's the word I'm looking for? Fucking, I don't know. I don't know. Fucking
I mean,
uh media, I guess.
yeah. I mean,
Video
it's
games,
like
movies, TV shows.
hearing Jordan Peele talk about like his movies and stuff. I
Mm,
remember those were really really cool to hear about, like not only like what he did, but like his motivation behind his choices and
yeah,
things like that. Like it's really really
that's
cool.
the best shit. I love that.
Yeah,
Because those people are just like in
they
their
think about
element.
everything
Yeah.
when they're like, especially for a passion project type thing, like Get Out, like was this like major like thing after all these years of doing comedy and stuff like that. And I think it was his directorial debut, if
I
I
think it
remember
was, yeah.
correctly.
I think it was his first movie as a director,
It was
which I
absolutely,
actually haven't seen Get Out. I need
dude,
to
it's
watch it.
so good.
Yeah, I know it's really
I
good.
don't like horror movies. Like I just don't. Like they don't
Hmm.
do anything for me. But movies like that where it's more about like the mystery and like the intensity of what's happening, and plus the subject matter he uses and things like that is really really just really well thought out and really really good.
Yeah, I definitely need to watch that.
Yeah.
Then you have a
Um
second one that came out recently too, right?
yeah,
I forgot what
Us.
it's called, but I've heard that was good too.
It's called Us.
Was it called Us? Yeah, I think so.
I haven't seen that one. That one didn't really get me as much.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Have you been watching anything else? Anything lately? I know you're
I
watching
told
that
you about,
one.
yeah, there's a show on HBO that came out recently. I think it came out recently called Raised by Wolves. It's made by Ridley Scott, who made the Alien movies. Um, and it is
You were describing it to me. It
it
sounds
is
like an alien
fucking
story, like
insane.
because it's
There's androids and like
right. But I mean, like the concept of like bringing embryos to another planet, like
um
that's literally Prometheus. Like that's what the concept of Prometheus was they were trying to find a new planet to populate because Earth was
yeah,
dying.
yeah, yeah.
So
It definitely
is
gets that
like
along the same kind of lines, I guess.
yeah.
Because there's like the first episode is like these two androids are like made by this like guy, and he sends them like in this ship to Kepler 22b, where they're tasked with starting a new like human colony. And so the they're both called, it's mother and father. They don't have names. It's just mother and father. And they start like this like little town basically. They just have like a house and a farm, and then she like births six human children. And uh, I don't want to spoil it because I think it's a really good show. You should watch it if it's on HBO if you have HBO. Um, but the first like 30-40 minutes of the first episode are kind of slow because it's just like setting up everything. And then once once shit starts to go down, like, it's just like it's just like you're going down a roller coaster nonstop the whole time.
That's, I
Like,
mean, that's
every
good.
every scene switch, like, there's a scene switch, like, every, like, 3 minutes of to, like, a different perspective or whatever, because there's, like, a religious cult, and then the androids are atheists, and there's also, like, that dynamic there, and there's, like, God, there's so much happening. There's all this stuff that happens that comes around a corner and you don't expect anything to happen. Like at the end of like the third episode or something, like you literally don't see anything coming ever. It's
Hmm.
just it's just like it's like they put the whole fucking plot line in a random number generator.
And
It's
just like,
just like
yeah,
all
sure,
this
let's
shit
just
is
do that.
happening. It's really good. It's really good.
Um, Also just Googled it, and Kepler 22b is a real thing. That's
Yeah, Kepler
interesting that they
22b
use
is like
that.
an Earth-like planet, I'm pretty sure.
I thought I remember hearing that before, and I was wondering if it was from the Alien movies, but no, it's an actual thing. So
No, it's an actual planet, yeah.
yeah, pretty much the only. I mean, I think the only other thing I've been watching recently is Jujutsu Kaisen, which is an anime.
Oh, I saw somebody on Twitter talk about that. They said it's like really, really good.
It is very good. I mean, obviously opinion, but I think it's generally well received. Um, I can see why some people wouldn't like it. Like I can recognize those things in anything that I watch, but it's really cool. The concept, I really like the concept because it's something, fairly similar to some other things, especially in anime and stuff like that, with as far as like supernatural stuff. But basically, the concept is there's curses, um, but the like curses are manifestations. Like it's a like they're monsters or like whatever,
Mm.
depending on the like the level of them, whatever. But the curses, like the curse concept, is cool because it's all based off of negative human emotions. So like these
Oh,
curses only exist when there's like extreme fear or anger or sadness or like whatever. Um, and the main concept of the show is that there's basically these jujutsu sorcerers who can are like it's a innate thing that they can basically control curse energy. And so there's a school essentially where these sorcerers are kind of brought up, and the main character like basically he's a just a good kid, and he basically finds himself in a situation, and the only way that he can like get out of it is by consuming a cursed artifact. I'm not gonna spoil what it is or anything, but
mhm.
and so uh typically that would kill most people, but it ends up like giving him abilities of some sort. um Not gonna spoil it
That
like I
sounds
said,
cool.
but it's actually really really interesting. I wasn't really totally sold on it in the first couple episodes. It seemed a little bit shoehorned and like um kind of forced, I guess, like in the
Hmm.
action that was in the first couple episodes. But it once it gets going, it's wild. There's some stuff that
I'm
like
gonna have to watch
in I
that
think
or
it's
try it
like
out.
episode 7. I think was basically there's one guy he's like the teacher of the main character, and his classmates, and he's like considered the most powerful sorcerer. um and he pops off in one of the episodes, like actually like you actually get to see him like use his abilities, because
Oh
everybody has
shit.
like their own like variants of how they use cursed energy and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Which is also a cool thing. They have like people that are better at hand to hand combat. People like one of the other students, like his thing is he does like summons. Like he has different creatures. He has like these demon wolves. He has like a owl that will like carry him around. Like
Birds Pog.
he has a snake. It's really cool.
That's sick.
But basically, they all have different styles, and again, not to spoil anything, but that powerful guy does his thing, and I was literally like, "What? You
What?
what is that? Like, you're just OP, dude. What the hell?" It was really cool because it was like one of those moments, like back at like I remember like watching fucking Naruto Shippuden and stuff like that, or like actually even in the original Naruto, but like for instance the time you finally see like Kakashi like pop off, and I was like like as a kid like just fucking creaming
Holy
myself
shit!
like this is crazy. Like it gave me the same kind of feeling because like it was so over the top, but so like also the visuals of the show are really great.
Dude, that
So
is the exact feeling I got with Mother uh in Raised by Wolves
really.
because yeah, she's like a different type of android than Father is.
Mm,
He's like a service android,
mm,
and she's what they call a necromancer. And once she reveals what her like power is, oh my god, it's like
mm.
I was like
That's interesting.
I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Hmm.
Like there's basically a threat that is like threatening her family,
Yeah.
and she has to deal with it, and it is just like there's no stopping her. She's just literally
Huh.
unbeatable. It's insane.
That's cool.
It's insane. Really cool.
But
Really
yeah, I'm
cool show.
excited to see where the show goes. Oh, I guess the other last thing I watched was Queen's Gambit.
Yeah, you loved that show.
It's so good,
I
man.
need to
I
watch that
can't
too. I
like,
need to watch fucking
yeah,
everything,
we
man.
need to watch that. Like,
Yeah, I know
that's
you
what I was
said you
saying.
wanted to rewatch it.
Yeah, like I will definitely rewatch that when you do. Um, Basically like one night like I had been hearing about it and stuff like that, like oh it's a chess show. I was like oh cool, like I like chess, whatever. Didn't really get around to it, and then one night like I was off the next day, and so I started it at like 11 p.m. thinking I'm gonna watch a couple
Yeah.
episodes. The next thing I know I'm on the last episode and it's 8 a.m. and I was like literally
Shit happens,
dying. I'm
dude.
like damn it, I have to go to sleep but I want to watch this, but I went to sleep and then watched the last episode later. But it is it is absolutely like one of the best written shows I've watched in a like
Oh wow.
since probably Mindhunter, I think was probably the last one.
Fuck, dude, Mindhunter's
Yeah.
so good.
Like
God damn, that
I
show's
mean
good.
like it's crazy good because like it wasn't what I expected for one thing, because I was expecting like oh cool, a chess show, like there's chess tournaments and like
Yeah.
whatever. But they go into so much more than that, and it's so deep on like the characters and the development and like the emotional level and things like that, the inspirations, the that it really feels like a crazy like drama. I said on Twitter, I was like, dude, Queen's Gambit is like a shonen anime, but with chess. Like it really is. Like each episode is like an arc of her figuring things out with someone who's better than her, and then
Oh, dude,
like so she's
that
learning
actually
and
sounds
then
really cool.
getting better, and then the next episode like she can beat that person, like, and that's literally like how shonen anime works. Like
Mhm.
it's
You just
this
learn
it's
how
this
to beat
kid
somebody,
who just keeps
basically.
getting powerful and more powerful, more powerful, more powerful, like that kind
Yeah.
of thing until he can just beat everybody. Um, and but it's so good. It really draws you in with like I said, the emotional stuff and trying to like piece together like her backstory and things like that.
Mhm.
Um, and it really feels like the chess stuff is just like the cherry on top because like I said, I really like chess. So being able to see kind of like those things like dramatized like a little bit was really cool because it was all done really well. It was shot in ways that were like intense and very intentional and like personable at the same time. So it's just really good. Like I can't recommend it enough. Even if you don't like chess, like you'll still it's still a good show. Um, so I
I'm
think
one of those
most people
people.
would enjoy it. Yeah.
Not a big
Also,
chess
it
boy,
might
but
make you want to play chess afterwards. Cause like
yeah,
I was like,
probably.
damn,
If
I
it's
need to play
that
more
good, I'd
chess
probably.
again. Like it's been a while since I played consistently. So oh sorry. But yeah, other than that, like I don't think I've been watching anything else. I'm waiting for. So I want to watch Wonder Woman when it comes out on Christmas. Um,
And we can do that. I definitely want to watch that too.
because it'll be on HBO. So
Yep.
um, I think that one looks pretty good. I don't really know. There's nothing else really close. I mean, obviously next year we know Kong versus Godzilla.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, what was the other one? Dune.
Dude, Dune looks fucking
Yeah, I'm
insane.
very excited for Dune.
My friends from high school are all reading the book together right now, and they said it's like really, really fucking good. I saw the I went to when I went to go see Tenet in theaters.
Oh yeah, I still
Um,
need to watch Tenet somehow, one way or
Logan
another.
said that he has it
Okay.
available, definitely
I might
legally.
actually just watch. I might actually just watch that tonight. Honestly. Um.
It's so fucking good. Robert
But
Robert Pattinson kills it in that movie.
yeah, I love him. What? There was one other one. Did you? You didn't see the original Dune?
Mm-mm.
The book is actually not that good. I'm gonna be honest with you. I read the book
My friends like it.
in high school. It's fine. Not that great. It's one of
The,
those
tr-
that
the
like,
but dude, the trailer looks so
yeah,
insane. I was like, oh my god, I have to
it
see this
looks
movie.
nutty.
Like I usually see trailers in movies. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. But when I saw Dune, I was like, I
Yeah.
gotta watch that.
I feel like there was another one that I was looking forward to, but I can't remember what it was. Well, I'm also super super stoked for they're finally pushing forward the Invincible animated
Yep, I
series,
knew you were gonna say that.
and I'm fully erect for that. Like the cast looks absolutely insane. They announced some more additions,
Is that
and oh my
Netflix?
god, dude. No, it's gonna be Amazon, but
Amazon?
I mean Amazon has good shows. You haven't watched The Boys, have you?
No, I've wanted to
It's
watch it.
actually
I have so much shit I want
pretty
to
damn.
watch,
That
but I
show
just
is
never watch because I'm
fucked
just
up.
addicted to video games.
That show is fucked up.
Yeah.
Like genuinely, like, like,
It's like,
dude, like
isn't it
every
like
other
it's like
episode, I'm like just
anti-hero?
like, oh god, like just fucked up. Like not
Isn't
even the
it
gore
all
and stuff like
anti-hero
that.
shit?
No, I mean, yeah, kind of like basically
Because like, I love that if it is.
the gist of it is that the heroes aren't really heroes. Like
Yeah,
basically there's these
they're just assholes, but they
super
have powers.
powered dickheads. And then there's one good one basically, or well, later on there it turns out to be more, but and so there's these group of normal people that are trying to combat that. Um but yeah,
Antifa.
it is yeah, right. It is absolutely wild. Um
Yeah,
I
I gotta
enjoyed
watch
it.
that.
I enjoyed it a lot.
It's
Because I
like
like
it's available
superhero
if you have
stuff, but
Prime, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, cool. I have Prime, so
Yeah. Uh, but yeah, as far as Invincible goes, I am just so excited to see that shit in motion. Like if they, yeah, as long as
I
they
want to
like,
watch that with you.
yeah, as long as they like honor the like, man, dude, I'm gonna read it again. I'm just gonna do it.
Gonna
It's just
fucking do it.
so good, man. So yeah, I don't know when that'll be out. Probably not until 2022 or some shit. But I'm very very excited. Yeah. What else? Oh, so you were asking me about it. Wolfen is a
Yeah,
game
Wilson
that has been out for a
is a
while now.
game.
Not a good game. When it was released, it was a piece of garbage.
Oh, I
It
thought you
was
meant right now.
completely.
I was like, you've been playing it.
It's. Uh, here's the thing. Still not that good of a game. Yes, I have
Feels
been
bad,
playing it
man.
because I'm trying to get to the late game with a new character, and I want to see how things feel in
Hmm.
late game now. I didn't want to just play the same character I was because just seemed boring. And I also wanted to level with the new system. So, for those of you who don't know, it's an ARPG. I would call it the bastard child of Diablo 3 and Path of Exile, in that it is not as easy to pick up as Diablo is. But it is not as difficult to pick up as PoE is. It still has a skill tree, which Diablo 3 does not. The skill tree
Wow, it
is
doesn't. You're right.
still fairly extensive, kind of. But it is an interesting skill tree in that it's a circle and there's 3 rings, and you can rotate them. So say
Oh,
you start
that's
in one
cool.
area, and like PoE is this giant. I
Yeah,
mean,
PoE's skill
if you
tree is
haven't seen it,
fucking
just go look
huge.
up the Path of
Yeah,
Exile skill
just
tree,
Google PoE skill tree. Shit is
and
crazy.
you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?
You'll
Even
probably
what is
you'll
the
probably
point of
have an
this?"
anxiety attack.
Now, when I look at it, I know exactly what area I'm gonna go to on every character that I'm gonna make in any given league. Like, if I'm gonna play a VD Necromancer, then I'm gonna be starting at the top, and I'm gonna be going up, and then going left, and then going down, and then whatever. If I play a assassin, Toxic Rain or something, or whatever, BV or something like
foreign
that,
language.
then I'm gonna start on the right and I'm gonna go. Actually, I'm gonna go down first and then I'm gonna go up and like whatever,
Okay, we
like that
got it.
kind of thing. And like I could point out like certain
Hold on a second.
things, but that's because of pause champ. Right. So with Path of
See what it's like.
Exile, like I can name like certain skill points, like whatever. It's because I've played so damn much of it. With Wilson, it's a lot easier to navigate because, like I said, so you can rotate each ring. So say you're starting at one point of the tree, but like you want to get something over here, well, you just rotate it over, and then you can kind of build it how you want with different. There's three like colors portions: purple, red, and green. Purple is like your casting type stuff typically. Red is like your melee and your tanky stuff. Green is like your ranger and rogue, like that kind of stuff. Um, but they did a big update. They've done a couple balance patches, but this big one was this last one that added a whole new basically system to the game, and it also fixed some of the issues that people were having with it and balanced some of the like more broken stuff that was still in the game. Um, the new stuff that they added. Actually, first of all, let me talk about the core game. It's not great. It looks really good. Visually, great looking game. Like really, it looks better than the other two games put together. Um, it's a little bit clunky. The attacks, the skills, everything like that feels a little bit telegraphed and a little bit like just not super smooth to use. Obviously, again, in late game, it is a lot better, but especially while leveling, you notice it a lot more because you're not doing as much damage and stuff like that. Um, the skills are pretty cool though. The skill system is decent. Basically, the skills level up the more that you have them equipped and the more that you use them and stuff like that. And they get different augments. There's a lot of like build variants that you can do. Now, again, certain builds are just better. Like they're just
Yeah,
way
that's the
better.
way it is with those games usually.
But there's basically your character has passives as you level up. There's ferocity, toughness, agility, and willpower, and they influence different stuff. Ferocity is like crit. Toughness is obviously your health and your force shield. Um, Agility is your attack and cast speed, and willpower is your ailment stuff. So dots and like status effects like freeze and stuff like that. So like I said, it's fairly clunky. It looks great. Um, there's still some bugs with like audio and stuff like that that they haven't fixed, which is kind of unfortunate. But the new stuff that they added to the game is pretty cool. It's a hunt system, so I don't know if it's completely random. I just know that certain times while leveling, I've basically you have a pet now, and the pet can pick up on like a scent.
That's cool.
And stop. Why are you doing it again? You stopped for like 20 minutes, and now you're back at it. You're so
Again,
obnoxious.
with the white bands.
um, and so basically, if you have played PoE and you played the Metamorph at all, um, I would say it's akin to that a little bit. In that with Metamorph, like you're finding pieces, basically to create an amalgam, and they each one that you choose to build it influences it a different way, gives it different attacks, modifiers, resistances, all that stuff. So as you're going, you find basically it's a trail, and you find like a piece, like it's a basically typical. It's like a corpse that the monster left behind, and you have options that you choose. So say like one will give it more health, but then it gives better loot or something like that. Or there's ones that can actually influence the
Positives and
whole.
negatives.
Yeah, there's ones that can influence the whole zone and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I don't know how well it works in late game. I don't know. Like I said, I'm still leveling, but I mean overall it does feel like the things that they did change definitely did help. It helped bring some of
That's
the
good.
builds that you literally just couldn't play before in the game. From what the stuff I've been reading, like they're actually fairly viable now. And there's not
That's
just
good.
because literally when the game first came out, there was one build that everyone did because it was just insanely broken.
Too broken.
Like you literally would just do whirling blades, or I forget what it's called, but and just stack ailments, and it just did billions of damage. And then you had you just had like 100% block chance, so you just took no damage at the same time. So like
Jeez.
they fixed that a while ago, as far as I know, but it was still way too good. So they did balance it a little bit more, which is good. I mean, it's good that they're kind of trying to give it life again because it hasn't been talked about
Yeah.
in forever. Um,
Yeah.
I would say I've been having fun with it. It's
That's
kind of
good.
nice to have something new to do, something a little different.
Until Cyberpunk comes out.
Yeah, I mean, I got back into Diablo 3 because of the new season, and grinded that out quite a bit. Got to like 800 Paragon, whatever. But playing that solo, like you can't really push as hard as the people that are doing 4-man group play 12 hours a day. So I was just kind of getting a little bit bored after trying a few of the changed builds. Um, but and I have no interest. Path of Exile has a mayhem league going on right now that's just like craziness, and I just don't really have any interest in that. So yeah, mostly waiting for
It's not the heist one anymore.
no. So heist is technically still going on, but they've done the mayhem before. I think I didn't play at the time. I don't believe, or at least I didn't play that portion. But basically, what it is it's kind of like a throwback league, where it's much shorter. But basically, every zone you go in has one of the old mechanics, but like turned up to like by 50.
Oh, that's interesting.
So yeah, it's pretty crazy. But they're doing like 4 different events like back to back right now to kind of fill time because they actually
Jeez.
pushed their next league back by a month because of Cyberpunk. So yeah, which is I mean
Good
kind of
move.
fair to
Smart
be
move.
honest.
Yeah.
So but yeah, so mostly we're just waiting for Cyberpunk right now. We've been playing a lot of Valorant.
Yeah, I am addicted to Valorant.
Having fun with that.
And I got gold
Getting
back today.
that competitive, yeah. It's been kind of nice to have a competitive game to play again. I took a little break, but
Yeah, I didn't play competitive games for a while, and then we got back into Valorant, or me and Dalton and Logan did.
well, I mean, I was playing with you guys at first, and then
yeah,
I
true.
took a break. But I think it's good for me with a game like that to sometimes just take a week off because
I think it's good for everybody. Honestly,
to be honest.
It can be pretty rage-inducing sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't know.
All the time.
I don't really think that there's any other games coming out. I am very excited because at some point they're supposed to put cross platform saves for Hades, and then I'm gonna get it for
Oh yeah,
Switch.
for the Switch.
Yeah, so that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait for that because it's gonna like allow me a lot more freedom to play the game when I want to and stuff. Especially while traveling, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Once all this shit is over.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I
don't know.
I mean, even if there are any games coming out soon, they're irrelevant because Cyberpunk's coming out.
Yeah, I mean,
at least in the following month.
Yeah,
everything is just.
I'm sure the next time we record, that's all we're going to talk about. So
yeah, it's probably all going to be
interesting.
What our Cyberpunk experience is with full spoilers.
Yeah.
Depending on how far each of us get.
Maybe we'll bring on a guest.
Do you want to play like just out of Discord, like fully immersed, or do you think we'll hang out in a voice chat at the same time?
I mean, I don't really care that. I don't think I care that much. I'll probably
yeah.
I'm actually still trying to decide if I want to stream it or not.
Ooh, I might stream it. I don't know.
I do, but also the whole like DMCA thing and having to turn music off is putting me off because I think the music is going to be a pretty big part when they have people like RTJ involved. Like,
yeah, I don't want to miss out on that.
I don't know,
but I don't know. We'll see.
I mean,
I
at
mean,
this
I
point,
might I might just not even turn the music off. Just fucking play it.
well, right. That's what I'm saying is that I'm not going to. So then if I stream it, I don't really think I'm at risk, to be fair. But
Yeah,
still, uh, yeah, maybe I will. We'll
we'll
see.
see. We'll see.
I like obviously I'll have the new GPU, but like my CPU's a little bit behind still, so we'll see how it works.
I wonder when I
Definitely
need to upgrade. I've had
definitely
my
good.
PC for
Like doubling the
4
power of
years
my
now.
GPU though, going from a 1060 to a
Yeah,
3070. So
yeah.
I'm
Your
pretty
shit is
excited.
getting. Your PC's been mega upgraded lately.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I did some, I would say, aesthetic upgrades more than anything the last time. Um, I did get a liquid cooler, but that, I mean, yes, it's an upgrade, I would say, but mostly for
Didn't you get
aesthetics.
something else too, or was that
Well,
low enough to have
I
that?
did get an SSD.
Yeah, that was it.
For Black Friday, they had a sale on the new Samsung 980 Pro. Um, the M wait, what is it? M2 slot ones,
I don't
which
know.
I
I
didn't
don't know.
really I hadn't really done research on, but I just randomly was like, oh yeah, I could probably use another SSD, and so I went on to I use like one. It's like one site that kind of has a video card benchmarking, CPU benchmarking, hard drive
Oh yeah, there's
benchmarking,
like the
like all that stuff.
comparisons and shit.
Yeah, and so I went on and looked at hard drives, and the 980 was like their top rated one as far as benchmarking. Granted, the
Jeez.
1 terabyte is better than the one I got. I got the 500 gigs. So I didn't really think I needed another terabyte. It was also like almost twice as much, but they had a sale and it was
Jesus.
like $30 off. So I was like, yeah. So
Hell yeah,
I
dude.
bought
Pull that trigger.
that 500 gig one, and it's nice to have because I'm just installing like the games that I like play often, and um, so I have like Valorant and Hades on there so that they have faster load times and stuff like that. Um,
Nice.
so yeah, but yeah, next up will be the CPU. Hopefully at some point they'll have a decent stock of the 5600Xs, and I can grab one of those, but we'll see.
I'm just gonna have to ride this one out till I get a job
I'll just fucking
to
give you my
upgrade.
old stuff.
Pog.
Trying to think of what else I wanted to talk about.
I have something.
Okay.
My absolute favorite artist, um, that isn't Suicide Boys, released a new. So she released an album like I think a year ago.
Mm.
Uh, her name's Lingua Ignata. She does like
Well,
her.
it's not her
I
name,
don't think.
but
I mean, it's not her name. It's her artist's name,
it'd be an
which
interesting name
is
though.
Latin for unknown language. Her real name's Kristen Hayter. Um, but she does like it's like mixtures of
Is
like
she related to
noise.
Christian Slater? Christian Slater's lesser known second
No,
cousin, Kristen Hater or Sater, whatever
Jesus.
you said. Sorry.
Um,
Anyways,
she does like mixtures of like noise music. It's like experimental,
music
and
is
also
noise. I don't know if you
classical.
do that, but
Shut up, man. Dude, music is just noise. But so she released this album and it's really fucking good. Go listen to her music. She's
don't tell me
fucking
what to do.
incredible. You have to do it, okay?
No, I don't.
But she released her. It's called Caligula, and she released the Caligula demos on Bandcamp a couple days ago or something, like a week ago. And it's like basically just like parts of the songs that are on the official album
Mm-hmm.
uh, that are like basically like just they're basically just like different versions of the songs that are on the official album, and they're just so good. They're so good. If you ever have a chance, listen to Lingua Ignata's stuff. She's incredible. I fucking love her to death. She's also obsessed with Cheez-Its. Um, and she turned me on to Cheez-Its Snapped. What?
Wait, Here, I have a box of Cheez-Its
Oh,
on
you have a
my
box of Cheez-Its? Yeah, I have
fucking dresser.
I have
For
a
when
bag
I'm being a real
right here.
degenerate and watching the anime in bed.
Watching anime and eating Cheez-Its in bed.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, dude. If you
That was
haven't
me
had, have you had
yesterday.
Cheez-Its snapped?
No. I usually just get the
They're
extra
really
toasty.
good.
The
Really
extra
fucking
toasty is
good.
goated.
I haven't had extra toast.
Oh, dude, so good.
Snapped is really good. All Cheez-Its are good,
Yeah, it's true.
except white cheddar.
No, the
White
extra
cheddar.
cheesy ones are garbage.
Extra cheesy?
Yeah, they're so bad.
I'm,
Like the powder that they put on them that's extra is like just not good.
I don't know if
It's literally
are you talking about
it's just a
grooves?
no, it's they're literally called extra cheesy. It's
I don't
like
think I've had
because
those
they have
before.
extra toasty and extra cheesy.
Oh, I don't think I've seen those. Huh.
They literally just put like a cheese powder on it, and it's just
Oh,
bad.
oh, yeah. But most Cheez-Its are good.
Yeah.
White cheddar's trash. Fuck white cheddar Cheez-Its. That's a cat.
She
Anyway,
wants attention.
we've gone for quite a while.
Decent.
Good length. What is it, hour 20?
Hour
We
15.
talked about what's this episode gonna be called?
I don't know. I feel
The,
like we were pretty serious this episode.
the one where we talk about TV shows.
Yeah.
We talked about
At
TV
least it
shows and
wasn't
video
movies
games.
this time.
It wasn't movies.
As much. We still mentioned movies.
But
We talked
we've
about
mainly
Get Out
focused
and
on
Tenet.
TV shows.
Yeah.
We mainly talked about TV shows.
Yeah. I don't
We
know.
did mention movies, but
I feel like I want to be a little bit more intentional about what I talk about instead of just like the complete random. Like I don't mind just like talking about
the
whatever,
random's fun
obviously,
though.
but yeah, a little bit more
We just
direction.
shoot the shit. I liked when we talk about Clifford the Big Red Dog
Oh, yeah, that was great.
for 20 minutes. That's what I love.
Master of Disguise.
Dude.
Did you?
What did you
watch
that episode?
Mitch McConnell, the Master of Disguise? Episode 1. If you haven't watched it, don't do it. It was a mess. No, I'm kidding.
Watch it. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Podcast. Okay.
What? Huh?
Every episode is just podcast is good.
Maybe what if we just did an episode where we're all talking accents the whole time?
I'm so down.
It'd be hard to keep up for this long though.
I'd be able to not break character. I will break character.
I would laugh so much.
But it'd be great. We should do it.
Okay.
But
anyways, for the next one, hello?
It has to be a good accent because like people
What is happening? Okay. Just hit it.
Like what accent would we do?
I don't know.
Different ones.
Yeah, we would each do a different one.
We do accents or dialects. Like country. Or like versus British. You know what I mean?
Versus, now we're fighting.
Versus.
Fight. Round 1. Anyways, I think that'll probably about do it. So, like I said, the next one will probably be mainly about Cyberpunk, and maybe we will bring a friend with us.
Ooh, Pog,
we'll see.
a friend.
We
have friends?
Okay, shut up, man.
Okay.
Well.
Okay, well.